It's real talk. I really went to the feds about this situation.
I believe it wasn't about dirt. Okay. It wasn't about dirt. It was about everything else. Like, I ain't finna get into detail because it's still, I can't even say certain shit.
Yeah,
for sure. But it's like, no, it was never about dirt at all.
Everything I'm saying is 1,000% sure truth. There's no gray area to it. So they want to keep me quiet because it's the truth. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's 1,000% the truth.
Yo, face! Yo, your face, please, with sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, there's a new rumor going around social media where it's being said that OTF Vonnie's father may be the one testifying against Dirk in their case in the upcoming trial in January of 2026. Now, I'm not too sure how the rumor started, but I see a few people posting it, so I wanted to break a few things down according to the knowledge that I have pertaining to the situation. Now, I've spoken to Craig, aka Vonnie's father, on a few occasions, so I think the narrative of him testifying against Little Dirk in this case may be confused by something else that he mentioned. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe something new came up and out of nowhere he's been implemented in this trial somehow, some way. But as of right now, I don't have any recollection of him cooperating against Dirk. Now also, paperwork have just dropped about his past where it's mentioned that he cooperated in his heyday when he was out there in the streets, and somehow, I don't know why or how, but people are making it seem like this takes away from any of the credibility of what he's saying in regards to King Von being backdoored. I mean, if anything, it'll help the credibility of what he's saying, because then at least it should tell you that he ain't lying on the information, right? So if you ask me, the paperwork about him snitching is null and void, because he already even said he's willing to go to the feds himself and testify, proving what he's saying is right so they can make a case out of it. So paperwork coming out on him is irrelevant. And it's also irrelevant because he never said that he wasn't a snitch. I don't think we even cared about him being a snitch because he never got on here telling y'all that he did, nor did he try to act tough, or was it anything pertaining to him cooperating. All this man did was get on here and tell y'all that allegedly Dirk had something to do with Von's demise. And it's funny because if you notice, everyone trying to act like they don't hear him purposely, but the man has receipts. He's telling you detail for detail on how things transpired, not to mention the stuff that he hasn't put out there that he knows about behind the scenes. But yet every time he makes a point or seem valid, the only thing everyone worries about is everything else that got nothing to do with what he's saying. He said, well, this one did that to Von. Oh, he's broke. Then he says this one did that to Von. Oh, he could snitch on his own son. How is he snitching on his own son? Then he says, well, this one did that to Von. And then they said, oh, he snitched in 1921. We got the paperwork. We don't care. We don't. Stop trying to circumnavigate from this man's point and let's talk about the facts of what he's saying. And it's funny because y'all know you can never win on social media. When he did the interview with DJU, everyone was in the comments saying, well, if you got so much proof and you know for a fact that this and that happened, why not go to the police instead of social media? And guess what? Now that it's said that he might be testifying against Little Dirk, allegedly, suddenly now everyone wants to call him a snitch. Y'all gotta make y'all minds up. Y'all either want the truth or y'all just want propaganda that's gonna get attention. Because it seemed like every time something come out concerning him exposing something, it's not that y'all say that he's lying, but y'all look for everything else to throw at him that has nothing to do with the tea in China. Keep on moving the field goal post back, and it ain't fair. And think about this for a minute. He's basically saying that this man was taken on a mission to literally pay for someone he considered his own son's death, and also went to go case out the hookah spot that everything happened at. Now, can you imagine being taken to go pay for the death of someone you considered your own son involuntarily? Can you imagine accusing yourself of basically helping someone you consider a son get his life taken? And due to us later finding out that OTF Vonnie was allegedly stealing money, we would also find out that Von's own money more than likely paid for his own hit if everything is in fact true. That's crazy. Now here's a few things I want to break down on behalf of my knowledge of Vonnie's father Craig testifying within the Dirk trial come January of 2026. To my knowledge, he's not testifying in that trial because what they're being charged for has nothing to do with Vonnie's father claims to have intel about. Vonnie's father had made it very clear that he's willing to testify against Dirk to build a case with the situation involving the unaliving of King Von, not the M for hire for Quando Rondo. Now, if anything, his son Vonnie would be the one to cooperate, and it'll be credible because he was there. He would know more than anybody anything else pertaining to that case, especially because he was included in it. Now, I don't know if Vonnie's father got information concerning that case, but if he does and have receipts, then maybe we may see a situation like Big Meech, where it's alleged that he did a third-party cooperation, which would mean that Vonnie would probably give him the information to cooperate for less time to make it seem like he didn't tell. But I don't know about that because it wouldn't make sense to do that if Vonnie's father testified clearly. Everyone would know where he got the information from to do so. So it wouldn't make sense. However, unless things change, to my knowledge, Vonnie's father Craig was never set to testify against Dirk in his up-and-coming trial in January. However, he did state that he have enough of a motive to actually build a case on Dirk when it comes to the King Von situation, and he said it clearly that if he was asked to testify against Dirk pertaining to that situation, then he would. Now here's an audio of a convo I had with him explaining that if he had to, he will testify against Dirk in regards to King Von, and he has a motive to do so. Check this out.
It's real talk. I really went to the feds about this situation. I really did go to them. And I really did it. And I'm sitting there with my lawyer and everything, and I said, this shit bigger than rap. He nodded his head, you know what I mean? I'm like, this shit bigger than rap. And he nodded his head, you know what I mean? I let them know right away to my lawyer. This shit was killing me, so I got the man. I ain't going like this. And I got motive. Thank God the lawyer sent me the text message. I got the Chase banker that's willing to speak, you know what I mean? To let them know about the money, you know what I mean? Or just let us know about our relationship and that I brought him in the bank and I did this and I did that to let them know, hey, this guy here, this is stand up for Von. He is who he said he is tomorrow. It's a Chase banker that we're gonna have to find. Then the lawyer is showing the death. So there you go, right there. That's everything right there. The lawyer is showing the distinction. So that's every reason to be for him to get rid of.
So clearly you can hear him state that he have enough receipts to prove a motive, and if it came down to it, he will testify. Some people may agree with it, some people may not. However, it is a sticky situation because he's saying that he was dragged into a situation where he involuntarily participated in this plot, where he was manipulated into believing that he was just around to protect his son. Now, whether you believe it or not, that's up to you. But on another note, a few people are starting to backtrack on their words when it comes to if they believe that Von was backdoored or not. Shout out to Von's cousin Balo, because someone recently sent me a video where Balo was saying that he never said Dirk had anything to do with Von's demise, but instead he just mentioned Dirk not calling to look after for Von's kids. Y'all check this out.
I believe it wasn't about Dirk. It wasn't about Dirk. It was about everything else. Like, I ain't finna get into detail because it's still, I can't even say
it's
certain
still
shit.
in the air,
Yeah,
for sure.
It's like, it was never about Dirk at all. Like, all I said about Dirk is that he never reached out to the kids right after, because but later down the line, 3 years, I'm hearing that he felt like because of what you just said.
Because of the narrative
time,
that was being put out.
That's not what we're thinking. You know, so it's like you ain't reaching out. You know, y'all got albums still coming out. Y'all call each other twins, so it's like y'all call each other twin and shit. But it's like you ain't reached out to the kids. It's in that the whole time. I'm finding out he ain't reached out because he felt like he was like not even I don't want to say nervous, but like you know like
He didn't know what the energy.
he didn't know what to
was,
say, but he didn't know what the energy was
towards him.
because the shit that they hear on the internet. That's why I be like the internet.
Because people
is a motherfucker.
believe the internet so much. Like the
The
internet
is a
basically
motherfucker.
thinks
That's
more
why
people.
nowadays, like if you
Now, granted, right? I don't think I ever heard out of his own mouth him saying that Dirk had anything to do with Von's demise. But y'all know when someone says things, and if you read between the lines, it's clear as day what or who they are referring to. Almost like a snitch going into an interrogation room, and he says something like, I don't know if little Brian is the one who shot Rob, but Brian was the only one there with Rob the night he was shot. Right? It's one of those situations. Talking in subliminals or talking in riddles. If y'all remember the videos we used to do on Balo before, we gave credit to Balo because at a point in time, he was one of the few outspoken ones, a part of the family, that spoke about it being foul play the day Von was unalive. A lot of them did, but then they switched up out of nowhere, including Agent Dog. But it's mighty funny how now everyone is trying to exclude Dirk, but yet they accuse everyone else around him of being a part of the foul play. Make it make sense. Remember when they exposed Kayla for going into Von's house and stealing his hard drives and then taking it back to Little Dirk? Now, if everything was okay and fine, why would he need to send Kayla to steal hard drives instead of just asking for it? Or he accused OTF Vonnie of stealing $200,000 out of King Von's safety box, and the family all feeling like Vonnie was doing foul play, but yet he was still around Little Dirk. In fact, they on the case together. Right? So if I call Von my twin, my brother, sliding and gliding for him, but yet I'm hanging around someone who Von's family is saying he stole money, what does that tell you? I'll leave that there. Now on the flip side of it all, Mona already confirmed to us that what Vonnie's father was saying was in fact true and says it's information that the family already knows. So if he's accusing Dirk of allegedly having involvement in Von's demise, and someone close to the family says that this information is something that the family already knows, what does that tell you? Right? I just found it interesting. Hopefully I didn't lose y'all because we kind of went all over the place, but moral of the story is this. I don't think Vonnie's father will be testifying against Little Dirk in January because he wasn't involved in anything pertaining to that case. However, he did say that he is willing to testify against Little Dirk if a case is built in regards to the unaliving of King Von. So y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. How do y'all feel about this whole situation about Vonnie's father testifying? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out.